Hello, everyone. This is David Ellis, and we are back. UCM is back with live shows this time, not pre recorded shows. And we would like you guys to get really excited because we have a lot of things in store for you in this show. First and foremost, I would like to introduce my wonderful co host. Her name is Nikki DeCroce. Nikki, introduce yourself to the audience.
Hi, everyone, and welcome. And happy summer solstice. We're excited to meet with you today. We're going to be discussing everything business. And we have a really exciting show planned, a lot of knowledge, a lot of help. So get comfortable, get a piece of paper, a pen, your favorite drink, and we'll get started.
Yes, get a piece of paper and a pen. Also, could you all have your cell phones ready? Because we're going to be doing giveaways today, very big giveaways, because it's our premiere show. We have a giveaway for the audience, and we have a giveaway for those people who want to take part in our little quiz thing. We don't like boring shows. So, what we're going to be doing is challenging the audience and making this show a little bit more interactive than it was before. And so, the first thing I want to say is that we have a guest who's in the waiting room, waiting to be added to this broadcast. We have asked this guest, because this show is about business, to come with a list of questions to stump us. This show is about getting a spiritual business or a wellness business to be profitable and under any circumstances whatsoever. Okay. So our guest is going to come on and she's going to ask us enough questions to try to stump us. I told her, give us difficult questions. So for those of you with businesses who have reached a plateau or who can't move past that little phase in your business, or who have trouble getting off the ground in the first place, what we want to say to you today is that we're here to help. And we're here to help not only in just talking to you and motivating you, but giving you real solutions as to how you can get over the common disadvantages and barriers that you find in your business. Apart from that, we will be actually helping you another way by actually giving you access to stuff. So, all of these shows, we're going to be giving away something so that the audience can move forward with their business. Okay, so you guys ready? I wonder if our guest is ready. Maybe we should introduce our guest at this point.
Yes.
Hello, Judy Namath. Let me tell you a little bit about Judy. Apart from having that amazing smile, Judy is a yoga teacher. She has been teaching for many, many years. She does MFR, which is myofascial release, and she is very good at what she does. She has a following, but she also has a business. And I've asked Judy to come on the show and find the most pressing questions that you guys want answered. So, Judy, you ready? You want to introduce yourself first of all? We can't hear you, Judy. You're muted.
Yeah. Hi, now I'm here.
There you go.
So yes, my name is Judy, and I've been a yoga teacher for many years, and I'm a myofascial stretch release therapist as well. I've been teaching public classes, retreats, and workshops. But now I'm looking at wanting to create an online business through it. And I want to be able to have classes and resources for people working with yoga, mobility movement, self myofascial release techniques, and then also how to work with your nervous system and fascia system.
And so, for those of you who are watching this broadcast, you can comment on Facebook, you can comment on YouTube, because our new technologies allows us to bring in the comments from all different sources, so that we can actually see you guys and have a discussion. So, if you have any pressing questions on stuff that you want answered, business wise, you are most welcome to drop them in and try to give us the difficult questions, the ones that are really nagging you, and we will absolutely assist you with whatever you want assistance with. And of course, we have the giveaway for you guys, and I'll tell you a little bit about that at a later date. So, Judy, you ready? Judy was sitting down thinking of all different kinds of questions to stump us. Judy, we're ready. Come at us, bro. Come at us.
So I this question, it's one of the first ones that I comes to me when again trying to figure all these things out. And that is that a lot of people use Patreon and use YouTube to try to create their own business. You see
Hmm.
a lot of it in the art field and spiritual field and esoteric field. And so I just wonder in a long-term business, is that worth the effort and the energy being able to monetize from it and for it to be able to get the reach that you could have?
Okay, so that's a very broad question. I'm going to make it very simple for the audience. We don't want to get into the weeds of this stuff. There are many different ways to create an online business. An online business is a business. Answering you, Roberto Cordero. An online business is a business that you basically conduct online. So let's say you are a wellness professor or you're a yoga teacher like Judy. You would want to use the internet to teach classes.
Oh, I think we lost David. Did he freeze up?
Yeah,
Oh
he's
no.
frozen.
Oh, there you are. We lost you
Sorry
for a
about
second.
that. Yeah, techno gremlins. There are benefits to an online business and there are drawbacks to an online business. The benefits to an online business is that you get to work from home, you get to work on your own hours, and it's a lot easier. The drawbacks is that you're online and you're exposed to people, and people will make nasty comments to you and stuff like that, right? So we're going to teach you guys how to get around these things. So your first question is it worth it going to Patreon and all of those different areas to monetize your business? If you are on YouTube, it's worth it if you have lots and lots of followers, okay? Because the way YouTube AdSense works is that they put ads in your broadcasts, whether they be live or otherwise, in a way to monetize stuff on their side to get money for their advertisers, right? But they pay you a percentage of that based on the clicks from your video, okay? So, in order to make money off of YouTube, you need a lot of watch hours, meaning that you need a lot of people watching your broadcasts all the time. Okay? And that means you have to build a following. Patreon is more of like a donation type platform. People appreciate your content and they donate. So you literally have to depend on the good graces of the individual. Does that make sense?
Yes.
So if you're a charismatic person, then it's absolutely worth it to get on Patreon because people will absolutely follow you. A lot of people, however, do not know what Patreon is about. And that's the problem that there is with Patreon. So people know YouTube. Everyone knows YouTube. It's on the app on their phone. Very few people know what Patreon is about. And so there are drawbacks where this is concerned. Apart from that, my suggestion to anyone who wants to start an online business is to try to make your own platforms and get your own platforms. That's what my suggestion is. Okay. And there are ways around it. So if you have a website, run it from your own website. Don't be exploited by YouTube or any of those other platforms, including the ones that we're actually streaming to. What's the next question?
Well, that was so other options than creating your own platform. What exactly does all that entail?
Creating your own platform. Let's say you have no money whatsoever, none. Do you know that WordPress.org, I'm giving it away, WordPress.org gives you a free website. Now, a lot of people think if it's a free website, it's pretty useless. No, it's not pretty useless because the free website, if you know how to use it, you can actually put a payment button on your website and you can stylize it. It's only one page, right? It's more like a landing page and stuff like that, but it gives you a free website, right? We're going to be answering the questions in the chat. I see them popping up,
Mhm.
right? So if you have a free website from WordPress, you could put a payment button, your little PayPal button. And if you don't know how to do that, we have courses that will teach you how to do that, right? It's easy. So that's the first thing. If you are going to start an online business, you need a payment processor because you would like to get paid. The payment processors that you are going to be using are PayPal, Stripe, Razorpay as an example. Okay? I didn't mention any of the others because PayPal and Stripe are the kingpins of PayPal, of payment gateways. Now, what is the benefit of using PayPal over Stripe? PayPal takes 10% of your earnings and sometimes more, okay? Depending on how much you get paid. So when you're using PayPal as a payment gateway, for every $100 that you are making, you are going to be getting $10 taken out. Okay? That's the first thing. Stripe is a little bit easier, but it's difficult to manage because the dashboard is very intimidating for people. And I wish I could share my screen, and we didn't come prepared for that kind of question. But I would highly suggest that you consider Stripe. I suppose we could make a tutorial on how to use Stripe effectively. You just need to generate a link, put it in as a link in your free website from WordPress, and you are good to go. Stick a video in there, and you're good to go. So let not I don't have a website be an excuse to those of you who have something really good to offer, but they they think that technology is the stepping stone or the barrier. Technology is not a barrier, right? We're going to be giving out the free tips here so that you guys can actually do a lot with your business. And you asked me the first question. What was the original question?
It was the creating your own platform, and then payment software was the next thing. So
yeah, so payment software, it's Stripe or PayPal. You can use Razorpay, and you could use Venmo or any of these things, okay? But if you want a complex payment gateway, the setting up a Stripe account is free. Setting up a PayPal account is free. Make sure that you set up a business PayPal account because it allows you to create buttons and stuff like that that you could put in your page.
next question.
Yeah.
So if you were doing an online business like I am, which is I'm going to be recording myself, what are the basic tools that you'll need to invest in beginning these online classes, say that I'm doing?
Yeah, I'm going to do this with Nicole. So, Nicole, what's your first suggestion?
The basic equipment that you need. Is that what you mean, Judy, by your question? The basic equipment. Okay, you're going to need a really good laptop, right? You're going to, yeah, a high-end performance, and David can even give you some suggestions on what to get. You want to get something that's not going to crap out on you. And you could, readily find it pretty easy. You're going to need lighting as well. Lighting is going to be really important. And for you with the yoga, you're going to need space, maybe a room that you can set up as a studio. So those, and of course, besides the content, we can get to that, but you want to make sure that that when you're recording, everything is level, it looks professional, and then you can go back and change and edit and zoom in after you do your recordings. Yeah. Other equipment, David.
Other equipment, for those of you who are out there that are on a budget, and I'm only dealing with people on a budget because I don't think too many people out there want to start an online business and have like millions of dollars to throw at it, okay? So I'm going to show you guys the ways to actually get to profitability quickly. Go to Best Buy and ask them for a C930E camera. C930E camera. It is the camera that I'm using right now. Okay? It's about what, $60? It's about $60, and you need a good microphone. So I'm assuming that y'all don't have millions of dollars to spend, so you don't want to be throwing like money everywhere at stuff and doing a bunch of nonsense. Here's what to do. Get yourself a Yeti microphone. Yeti. Y-E-T-I. Get yourself a Yeti microphone. The Yeti microphone, and I'm about to, I hope this doesn't crap out on me. This is a Yeti microphone. It looks like this. It has it has two buttons at the back, And the two buttons at the back have different settings on them. So if she's teaching a class, it has an omnidirectional input mic. So the mic takes sounds from all directions. So she could stay away from the mic, and still get sound across to wherever she needs to get it to. So C930E camera and a Yeti microphone.
And lighting. And that could be a $30 ring light from Amazon. It's not that expensive. Or you can just use natural lighting.
I wouldn't suggest that you use natural lighting outside because you never know what might happen. Nature has a way of suddenly setting storm clouds while you're doing your recording, and then you have a lighting problem. But get a ring light. It's cheap. The ring lights are cheap. They sell these things at Walmart and so on, and
Right.
they last a very long time because they're LEDs. So that's what you need for your online business for sure.
Thank you. Next question. What kind of editing software would be good for, most people, I would think, assuming myself, aren't editing geniuses, but, can work with stuff. So a good one that would be basic and affordable.
Okay, how about free? Free?
Better.
If you have a MacBook, go to the Apple Store and download iMovie. It's free. If you have a Windows machine, Movie Maker is still free. So go to the Windows Store and download Movie Maker. It's free. Make sense? If you have a Linux-based machine, right? Movie Editor is free. Okay, it's an adjunct with the Ubuntu set for those of us who have Linux machines. If you have a Linux machines, I don't know what to say to you. You guys gotta do a lot of gymnastics, but it's also free. If you have Google Chrome, there is what is it that you're using in Google Chrome? There's a movie. I can't remember the name of it.
iMovie, it's the same thing as in not a Mac or the other one. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a Windows version of the Movie Maker as well.
Right.
There is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so these are free and they're very, very good editors.
Excellent.
Good.
Next question. So what if I want to add music and dealing with wanting to do royalty-free music?
Oh, that's why we're here. We have a bunch of solutions for the spiritual community. And one of them is actually providing you guys with royalty-free stuff. And today we're actually going to be providing, that's part of our bonuses. Judy!
She jumped ahead.
We're going to be providing you all with cheap ways of getting online and so on. So we understand that you guys are being extorted by a lot of corporations and so on. And we have cheaper solutions for you guys, which does not involve breaking the bank. So royalty-free music, if you're looking for royalty-free music, there are certain sources that you can go to. Gig Factory is one. The problem with Gig Factory is when you put in your email, they spam the hell out of you. Okay, but it's free, right? If you are going to want royalty-free pictures, go to pexels.com, pexels.com, or pixabay.com, pixabay.com. Yes, I bet you guys thought that this was going to be a useless broadcast. Nope. We're giving you real tips. Go ahead.
So the next section is advertising.
Okay.
Where to start with advertising if you're coming in, just not even really understanding at this point advertising online.
Okay, so if you're advertising, that's murky waters. A lot of people try to do Facebook ads, right? and then they find that they're throwing money down the toilet because what Facebook does is um, how does one put this in a nice way? Spray and play kind of thing. So you're teaching yoga. Your ad might end up in the timeline of some 95-year-old woman who's not interested in doing a headstand anytime soon. Okay? So the targeting in Facebook is horrible. You can target by demographic, but you can't target specifically, right? So you don't know who's seeing your ads. Um, I'm going to let Nikki deal with the. I'm going to let Nikki deal with the whole um, strategy behind it. But in terms of Google AdWords, that's probably your best bet, right? So Google Ads are probably your best bet because they are hyper targeting people who generally are searching for your services. So let's say I want yoga in Aspen, right? That's what I'm going to type into a search engine, and your name is going to come up. Hopefully, your name is going to come up, right? Because you would have put in your Google Ads, and there would be an ad, and there are different kinds of ads. There are the ads to the side, there are the sponsored ads, and so on. Okay, right? But they come to the top of the page because you've already paid for it, right? But if you are smart and you're techie like me, there are different ways to drive your listing to the top of the page, right? And we can get into that because it involves a whole bunch of meta tags, which we don't want to confuse people, but we can actually help you with driving your website to the top of the page. Okay. A lot of people make mistakes on their websites. You want to talk about the strategy part of advertising, Nikki?
Yeah, I think to back up a little bit to talk about the strategy and then placing ads, I think it's critical, no matter where you are in your business journey, to understand what your UVP is, meaning your unique value proposition. What is unique about you? What is the value of it? Now, and how are you going to translate that into an ad or a video? Or so I think a lot of people have to start there and figure out what's unique about you and how you can help humanity with whatever that is. So I think it's important for people to understand that about themselves before they start their advertising. And then it's also really important to understand who you're advertising to. You have to understand your demographic. You have to understand who's going to purchase your products, just like David just said. An 80-year-old woman's probably not going to want to learn how to stand on her head. So you have to understand the value of you and then the value of what your demographic customers are. And then you could start small and branch out because you absolutely want to diversify with your advertising, but you want to automate it because it'll drive you crazy. Because as you're diversifying, you'll be all over the place trying to be everywhere at once. So I think starting with the UVP and then understanding that and then understanding the demographics of your clients and going forward from there.
I have a
So,
question.
mm-hmm.
Judy, what is your UVP?
Um,
What makes you unique? There are a million yoga teachers, but what makes you unique?
Right.
We're helping you right now on the show. Tell me.
because it's not all about yoga.
Okay.
Yes.
Mhm. So what's
Yes.
it about? Yeah. Mhm.
Yes.
Therapeutic movement.
Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
So the way I would phrase that, do you have a stick up your ass as an example? Are you a yoga purist? Are you the kind of person who um, does the postures and looks in the mirror to make sure that there are angles? Do you bring out your geometry set to do the triangle? These are the kinds of things. Well, we don't do that here, but we do have fun. You see how you build that ad? Because Judy likes to laugh. And there are some yoga classes that you go to where nobody laughs. Nobody's having fun. Everybody is stretching with purpose. And I'm like, that's not fun. So that's what's unique about Judy, as an example. What's the next question, Judy?
Ooh. Another advertising question. How much money would you put towards the advertising? How much, like, being worth putting towards advertising?
Okay, so Google Ads work like pay per click. So every time somebody clicks on your ad, you pay something for it. Okay. So my suggestion would be you put aside $80, $80 US, or the equivalent in whatever country you are in, and then you start by doing a Google Ads campaign. Okay, meaning that you make a few graphics and stuff like that. You submit them to Google, and how do you do that? Is the next question. If you have a Gmail account, then you already have a Google account for putting ads on Google. Every time you have a Gmail account, if you have a Gmail account, you have a YouTube. Everybody knows that. You have Google Sheets, Google this. A lot of people don't know about Google's infrastructure, right? But you also have an ad account with them. You need to go find it, right? You could find it if you want to really find your Google Ads account, whatever Gmail account you have. Type in developers.google.com and it'll ask you to sign in, and then you will probably see your ad account. Okay? Developers.google.com, and that's where you start.
And again, that's free. So we've just named off multiple things that you can do to start your business today at zero cost, minus the camera and the lighting.
Correct.
Yeah.
The general idea?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yes.
What's the next question? I'm
So,
like, stop me, please. I'm so excited about the show. Go ahead, tell me.
okay, so when thinking about structuring the online classes, and I have gone back and forth between should it be like a membership type thing or an individual purchase or both. Like if there were certain videos and things that you could do individual purposes, or there's groups of videos that are a part of like a membership, a monthly fee.
I suppose it depends. I'm gonna let Nicole answer that. She's strategy lady. But I have taught yoga before, so let her answer the strategy aspects.
Yeah, I would say both, but start with one. Membership is going to give you more traction and more volume, you know. So I would start with a membership, you know, a low cost or a reasonable cost membership to get you started, and then add on individual packages as you grow. But I would start with one so you don't get overwhelmed with too much to handle at once, because you want to be attentive to your members. You want to answer their questions. So you don't want to do too much at once, because that's how people burn out really quick. So I would start with the membership. And there's all different ways you can structure the membership, which is interesting. You could do it weekly, you could do monthly, you could do yearly. They can make payment plans towards the membership and get a discount. So there's all different ways that you can do it. But I would do both, but start with one.
Get the idea?
Yes.
So if you're teaching yoga as an example, and I used to teach yoga, there's a comment in the chat, David's yoga classes used to be brutal, but a lot of fun. Brutal, a lot of fun because there's nothing worse than a boring anything. I don't do boring. I can't. So my point is, when you are teaching, you could start with a membership type thing because you want to build capital or money into your business, and you want to make sure that the money's coming in. So a monthly fee as an example, okay? Or don't do it class by class, because people will lose interest because they're not invested. You may have a bad class one day and then the classes pick up afterwards, but that bad class, that person would have left. Okay, does that make sense?
Yeah.
So protect yourself and start with a membership. I want to just take a couple of questions from the chat because Roberto Cordero and I don't know, somebody else has asked a bunch of questions. We answered what is the online business about? What do you gain? What should you do to gain visibility without a budget for ads? How can you convert without showing? How can you convert without showing results? One of the ways that you can gain visibility is like what Judy's doing now. Now, everybody who's watching this broadcast and who will watch this broadcast in perpetuity in the future will know that Judy is a yoga teacher that is operating out of Aspen. So you could just email us and tell us what you're doing, and you could come on the show because we have an audience and we have a YouTube and everything else. And then you can go on Laura Massey's and them Two Feathers Medicine show, and then you can go on Patty and Lucia's podcast and so on. That's how you gain visibility, right? It's not that difficult. Make friends, network, make friends, expand your circle of friends. And if you don't have friends, yeah, just put it out there. Probably put a post. I need friends. I don't know. Like this is one of the ways that you can do it. Let me ask. Let me see another question. It feels so hard and energy consuming to chase clients, but things are getting that way, so it's difficult to gain visibility. Okay, how about not chasing clients? How about making clients come to you? So, as an example, we're starting UCM Vibe. I am telling you guys every time that there will be a UCM Vibe show, there will be some kind of giveaway that is happening and with an expired link on it. So you have like 24 hours to access the good shit before it's taken down. See how I increase my visibility in one, right? See how transparent that was as well. I am telling you that there's going to be a giveaway on the show. And there are two giveaways actually, because it's the first show and we decided to splurge. And I like giving bonuses. I am telling you that there's going to be a giveaway. So you guys could tell other people that there are going to be a giveaway that could actually help your business on this show. Yeah, that would be increasing visibility. That's a strategy, it's a tactic, it's the way it is. Next question, Judy.
What was it? Oh, so I am interested in doing a monthly email newsletter with different, like, just talking about certain stuff about the nervous system, the fascia system, or, linking into the same kind of theme as the classes. Is that, for time wise, does it make more sense to do it bi-weekly, monthly? How long? And also setting up a email group to send it to.
Nikki, you want to take this one?
Well, let's start the end and work our way backwards. So the how you gain a list is your existing clients. So you want to get an Excel spreadsheet, put all your existing clients in there. There are programs out there like Leads, Gorilla, and so forth. And we do have products that you can put in the demographic of where you want to target. So if you want to target 50-mile radius around where you live, then you can put in those demographics and pull that list down. So yeah, that's how you would start with the leads. But a lot of your business is going to be through referrals too. So you want to be able to capture all those referrals that come through and build your list as you go. So you're going to have a list that you'll pull and then a list that you manage. That's kind of personal, and then you merge those. Yeah. What was your second question?
Is it make more sense to do one like time wise, like every other week, weekly, monthly, and how lengthy of something?
Oh. So you want to use the newsletter as a teaching moment, right? You want to be able to teach people. Yeah. I'm not really familiar with a lot of newsletters because the ones that I am familiar with, they usually produce it every 6 weeks.
Gotcha.
And it's like a trifold, and there's a lot of information in there. So I think it depends on where you are and how much you want to produce and put out there. David, do you have a suggestion regarding the newsletter? Because I'm not sure of the length on it.
Okay, so if you have a domain email like newsletter at judynamath.com, your domain newsletter is going to allow you to send 300 alone emails a day. Okay, so you might want to consider getting an autoresponder And the cheap one is the free one. The free is MailChimp. You want your newsletter looking cool and pretty. MailChimp is owned by QuickBooks, by the way, for those of you who didn't know that. And so, MailChimp, what it does, it allows you to make a email that looks like a website. So you're emailing an entire website to someone. So your newsletters don't look like a bunch of texts that look ugh, really ugly, right? If I get another text email from a company, I think I'm just going to hurl. Okay, it looks like a beautifully done landing page. Get MailChimp. It allows you to send 4,000 emails a day. I think it is. Is that what it is?
I think so.
Um, and it will help you with your mailing list. If you're just starting, your email list is probably not going to be that big, right? But as you start doing business, your email list is going to increase and increase and increase. And every time you do anything, do it with the idea that you're going to collect emails from somebody. If you're going to a fair and you're doing a yoga demonstration, which we've done, collect people's contact information so you can send them information to let them know that we're doing business at XYZ place for XYZ fee, and then you can send them an email. Get the idea?
Mhm.
And with MailChimp, if you can send 4,000 a day, you can go in and schedule the whole week. And then you can go on vacation and you have it automatically going out. So it's doing the work for you. So
Yes,
you just kind of
automation.
have to work smarter, not harder. Hmm. Yeah.
Ooh, I'm waiting for the next question. You want to do
Yeah.
a giveaway now? You want to show people what we're giving away today?
Yeah. Let's do one giveaway first. Yeah.
All right. So I'm guessing that you guys want to know what is it that he's giving away. Like, what is it that is worth my time to sit down and watch this show? I want to put it on screen for you. Welcome to Audio Deck. We've partnered with a company and we are giving away this platform. You have it for 10 days. You're probably wondering, what the hell is this, David? It's a place where you can get royalty free music. We pretty much own this thing. And let's say you wanted to get electrical musical tracks, you can just open the category and there's a bunch of royalty free music, an endless supply of royalty free music that you could use in any of your ad campaigns on your website, anywhere else. And they're full length tracks and they're really, really cool stuff. And if you see the categories, they are endless. So if you're feeling particularly like having DJ music loops and so on, for those of you who don't know what a music loop is, it's the stuff that the DJs use to loop music. And here's the thing, today's giveaway is transferable. So if you know a DJ, he's going to want that. If you know anybody who's into marketing and stuff, they're going to want that. You get access to this platform for 10 days. Okay? So you can download as much as you want. You can absolutely download as much as you want. We don't care. Okay? And you have enough music for anything that you want to do. Is that cool enough?
Yeah.
Is that cool?
One note though you wanted to make, they probably don't want about their phones.
No, we haven't put the barcode yet. In
Okay.
order to get this access, however, we have a restriction. You gotta do our esoteric quiz. What? Did you think it was going to be that easy? So, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna give you an esoteric quiz to fill out. Okay? It's online, so it doesn't matter, right? The first 10 people to get 50% of that quiz right. We just want 50%. It's all about esoterics. For those of you who do yoga, those of you who are practicing spiritualists, for those of you who are psychic, people in the wellness profession, you should theoretically be able to answer those questions. And the first 10 people to get 50% will get access to the software. But if you didn't get 50%, don't worry. We have another bonus for you guys. And I'm putting the barcode on screen right now. Scan this barcode really quickly. For those of you who are on screen, scan it really quickly and you can fill out our quiz while we are going to finish Judy's questions. So it's up there. I'm going to take it off the screen in a little bit. Counting down from 9, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two, one. Actually, two, one, off. Okay.
Okay.
So now, Judy, what is the next question? We're all about that.
um, so yeah, this one might be a little broad, but um, how much time should I expect to be putting in per week if I am trying to create this?
If you're trying to create an online business, I'm going to answer and I'm going to let Nikki answer this one. If you're trying to create an online business, at the beginning, you're going to have to, it's going to be labor intensive. So assume that you're going to be putting in 30 hours a week. Okay. Um, if you don't want to put in the 30 hours a week, then you're going to have to sacrifice your weekends. You should never sacrifice your weekends. However, I do sacrifice my weekends every week, but it doesn't matter. I'm just letting you know. Do as I say, not as I do. Right? You might want to not want to think about sacrificing your weekends. When I say 30 hours a week, this includes actual doing the actual services of the business. Okay. But if you're talking about setup, you're looking at about like 10 to 12 hours is what I'm thinking, right? A week. Nikki, I don't know. You want to answer that question as well?
Yeah. Well, Judy, what's important to keep in mind is that you're still doing clients, you're still running your day to day business and building it out. So I don't know that there's an exact amount of hours, but it's important that you're balancing your self care throughout all of it because it's going to make you a better, provider, practitioner. Um, I at first it's going to be labor intensive because you have all these things you want to do. So I have a whiteboard and I write everything out and then I cross it off because I know that it's baby steps. It's all those little steps that add up to the big thing. And some weeks you'll do 50, 60 hours. The next week you'll be like, I have everything scheduled. I only have a few clients. I'm doing good. It'll be 20 hours versus the 60. So just be patient with yourself and definitely pace yourself because it can be overwhelming in the beginning and you don't want to get burned out quick. And that's the whole thing is not to get burned out.
Right.
Yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, I see a couple of other questions in the chat.
Okay.
Um, is it true that someone can set you up for failure and place a spell in your business or block your magnetism? Is it true? I suppose it depends on how determined you are to succeed. How determined are you to succeed? Because if you're determined to succeed, no spell can stop you from getting where you need to go. Okay? It can slow you down probably. It won't stop you from getting where you need to go. Absolutely. What's your next question, Judy?
Well, it's funny because I actually piggybacks off of that, and it was how to make sure to keep things sacred, to keep things spiritually hygienically clean because you are online working. And are there certain things that can help?
How to keep your business spiritually and energetically clean. Your business is an extension of yourself. I'm going to repeat that for those of us who are in the back here. Your business is an extension of yourself. What that means is that you need to keep yourself clean before you can start thinking about keeping your business clean. Does that make any sense?
Mm-hmm.
So, do your meditation, do your spiritual practice, do your spiritual work. Okay? And things will naturally follow. The dark side of being online is that there are freaks and creeps around every corner, right? Especially if you're a woman and you're in business. There are freaks and creeps around every corner, right? That are going to be looking at you to try to either set you up as something that they want to possess, or they're going to be looking at you as something like a piece of meat, right? Look, you have a little pretty face on you, you got like cool earrings and stuff like that. These are the kinds of things that you're going to run into. You're going to run into creeps. And if you're a man and you're online, every man with, let's put it this way, phallus problems is going to be looking to tear you down, depending if they assume that you're making money or being successful or whatever else. That is the nature of the online space, okay? But it would be the same if you had a physical business. Because I've had some weirdos come into my yoga class. We have somebody who used to be in my yoga class watching this right now, from years ago, like what, 20 something years ago. And she can tell you that there were some real weirdos in my yoga class. They come in, they tell you straight, I want yoga to help me become better at sex. Like, hello, we're just trying to keep it clean here, right? And so you try as much as possible, but things are going to pop up, and on your side, you just need to have a lot of patience and a lot of what charisma. But if it is that you are being constantly attacked by somebody online, you must respond. Please respond. Don't let these people get away with it. Nikki, you want to chime in here?
Yeah, well, I just think it's helpful to stay flexible as possible because the more you excel and level up, the more the haters come out. They either, like David said, either they want to be a part or figure out what you're doing or steal your ideas. So you just kind of have to let it roll off your back and just wish them well, keep it moving. But if it does become stalkerish or something crazy, then absolutely call them out on it because they'll
So,
just keep doing it to you and anybody else. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like you have to manage this invisible energy between being online. It's weird, but you still
Yeah.
have to manage it just like you would in real, in person to person context. So.
yeah, and the things that are going to help you is that know when to switch the computer off. Know when to switch that computer off. You're in an online space and so on. The things that are going to help you, if you have somebody external to yourself doing moderation for you, right? Cleaning up the nasty comments and stuff like that. You have somebody that's external to yourself that's doing it so that you don't have to read it, right? I don't read comments a lot of the time when they're negative, right? I get informed about them and it's like, okay, whatever, right? But depending on what you do, and when you're talking about keeping your business spiritually clean, if you have a spiritual practice, whether it be crystals, whether it be East Indian Vedic practices, you gotta do them. You gotta do them and approach everybody who comes into your business as a spiritual being first and as a customer afterwards. This is not typical business advice because I'm not talking to typical business people. Approach people who come into your practice or your center as a spiritual being first rather than as a customer. Does that make sense to you?
Mhm.
That would be my advice. You
Um,
got
I
questions?
have what I have one more question.
Good.
Absolutely, go
Ask the
for it.
question.
Mhm.
I came prepared. Um, so I would like to know some good advice and strategies to staying accountable, right? So it's an online business. You're working from home and you've got all the distractions in the world, that can take you right away. What are some good advice strategies for if it where you have to like say this amount of hours this day, this amount of time this day, or something like that?
Allow me to show you around my studio. Let me just grab the camera and look in the background there. You see that whiteboard that's up there?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah. I can't come into my own studio without seeing that whiteboard. It's in my face. I have 4 items left for today on that whiteboard, right? I gotta cross those items out because every time I come into this room, I need to avoid the whole room to avoid it. But that's because I live alone, right? If you have somebody that you live with, and the person is your business partner or whatever else, the person can keep you accountable like a buddy system. But if you live alone and you want to stay accountable, you need the kind of reminders. You could use technology, but I use a big whiteboard that I have to pass every time I walk into a certain room in my studio. Okay? So when I walk past it, I see four items. I'm like, crap. I have four more items left. And I can't avoid it. So a big whiteboard is usually it's obnoxious enough that you can't escape it.
That's what I need.
Like it's obnoxious enough so that you can't escape it. It's a very cheap way of accountability because once you write that stuff down on that whiteboard, unless you nuke the whiteboard, it's gonna be in your face. Nikki, you got other suggestions?
Yeah. Well, I have my whiteboard here and I use like a purpley, you know, um, pen. So it's bright, like I can't miss it. Because sometimes when it's in black, I'll just walk past it. So I change to red or burgundy. But but overall, I know starting a business and being in a business can be overwhelming. So what I found, and it takes a long time, but you have to create habits and rituals, and then you have to become those habits and rituals, and you have to structure it. And not every day is going to be the same, but I literally have from 7 to 9 workout, 9 to 10 get in the shower, 11 to 2 clients. Like I'll put lunch in there. Like I literally use my whiteboard and schedule it out, and then I have smaller goals and bigger goals. So it's all about habits and rituals, and setting your signature frequency every morning, because if you calibrate to everybody that's out there, you got to calibrate to yourself. So that's where I start every morning, and then those habits and rituals, and you can tweak them as you go. You can adjust them as you need to make it work for you. Yeah.
So that was your last question, right?
Ah.
Let's go ahead. Let's go to the chat. If you have any other questions, you can ask them. It's fine.
Hmm.
What if you don't have charisma? If you don't have charisma but you have knowledge, then create an online learning platform where people can just simply buy your courses. Okay? Create webinars, create an online learning system, right? And you can sell your knowledge that kind of way. Um, Sorry for the plethora of questions. It's okay. You can ask us as many questions as you want. Judy came prepared with a bunch of questions. Judy, did we answer your questions effectively enough?
Yes, very much. Thank you.
All right. So for the audience who is online right now, we have a bonus for you guys. So I don't know whether you guys have tried our esoteric quiz. It's going to be up for the next 24 hours. I am going to put on the screen right now the secondary bonus. First, this is the first one. So if you guys want a chance at winning access to an audio deck of about 10 million songs, you can absolutely do so by scanning this thing and filling out the esoteric quiz. It's not an easy esoteric quiz. I made it difficult. So you got to get 5 out of 10 to win. And this is our next QR code. That QR code is 550. I'm going to repeat that. 550 quote images for your social media campaigns. There are 550 quote images for your social media campaigns. You guys get me? That's 550. So you guys can download that by scanning it. I'm going to hold that up there, and it's free. It's free. It's like free.
And there's no expiration on this, correct, David?
No, there is an expiration, 24 hours. You guys got to watch the show.
24 hours. Okay.
You got 24 hours. You got to.
You got to hustle.
Nikki, why are you asking? You're not eligible to be. You're not eligible to download. You're a host on the show, right?
No,
So, you guys got 24 hours to download the stuff. It is available to y'all for your businesses. It will expire tomorrow at 11:38 a.m. in the morning. We were not kidding when we said that we're providing you with value on the show. Now, Judy has opted to be on our show as a guest, so Judy gets free access to those things without the expiration date, right? Right. So she can well, Judy, yeah, you're gonna get 10, you're only gonna get 10 things, 10 days to download whatever. So you didn't need to go through the esoteric quiz. Maybe I should make you go through the esoteric quiz. Actually, you know what? Anyway, never mind. As I was saying, you guys have 24 hours. Download away. It's going to be useful for your social media campaigns. You can put it out there and you don't have to pay for them or spend hours of your time in Canva. Okay? You guys cool with this? I'm going to take it off the screen in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay, this has been our show for today. First of all, we would like to thank you guys that are going to be watching in the future because this is streaming to Facebook and on YouTube. Universal Citizen Media page is on YouTube. For those of you who would like to, um, view our shows from now on, we would like to say that we are going to be doing these shows every week. Same bad time, same bad channel, not the same topic. Today, we were giving information on business, but we might be giving information on nutrition next week. Who knows? So just watch out for the ads. At the bottom of the screen right now, you will find our website, universalcitizentv.com. You'll find Nikki's website, which is solutionsforyourself.com, and you'll find Judy's email, jmnemeth28 Okay. We're going to let that run for a while. I'm going to let Judy and Nicole tell you a little bit about their business and so on. And we will call it a day.
So I'll go first. So anybody can find me at universalcitizenmedia.com or my solutionsforyourself.com. I do personal one-on-one sessions, whether it's business, love, wealth, health development. And we have some really exciting programs coming out. We're going to be live every Wednesday at 2 p.m. A different topic every week. So absolutely join us because we're going to be giving away time sensitive or time constrained giveaways and downloads. So absolutely join us here every Wednesday at 2 p.m. and we look forward to connecting with you all.
Judy, tell us about your business.
So I'm a myofascial self-release stretch therapist, or myofascial release stretch therapist, and I do sessions, 60-minute, 90-minute sessions. I also do cranial sacral work as well. You can contact me at my email if you have any questions or interested. And my website is soon to come, so you can also get that information by contacting me there too. And we'll hopefully have online classes.
Excellent. Guys, thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. And for those of you who are in the chat, for those of you who need the QR codes and so on, we will be announcing the winners of that quiz online in a post either later on today or tomorrow. And yeah.
I think that's it.